On the news tonight, Nta Akure Medical Outreach extend gesture to residents of Ilaje. International Fund for Agricultural Development recognizes women agribusiness entrepreneurs in Ondo State at International Year of the Woman Farmer Commemoration. Good evening and you're welcome on Nta Akure News at 7. I am Abdul Karim Ahmed. Now the news. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has presided over a meeting of the Federal Executive Council (FEC) at the State House, Abuja, his first since June 29, 2026. The meeting began with national anthem shortly after the president arrived at the council chamber at 2:30 p.m. to chair the session. At the meeting, President Tinubu directed that recovered funds from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) be channeled to the Nigerian Education Loan Fund (NEL Fund) to strengthen its capacity to meet growing funding demands. The Council subsequently approved the directive for unclaimed dividends from the Capital Market Trust Fund and the Dormant Account Trust Fund to be transferred to NEL Fund to support its expanding obligations to Nigerian students. The meeting was attended by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Nta Akure, Head of the Civil Service of the Federation, Dr. Didi Walson-Jack, National Security Advisor, Nur Ribadu, Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajamiamila, Ministers, Presidential Aides, and Heads of Government Agencies. More than 500 residents of Ilaje local government area of Ondo State have benefited from a free medical outreach organized by the Grassroots Movement for Tinubu GMT and sponsored by the Minister of Interior, Olubumitunji Ojo. The beneficiaries received medical consultations, eye examinations, drugs, reading glasses, and other basic healthcare services. Olajumoke Oladimeji now reports.
Residents of Igbokoda and neighboring communities turned out for the Nta Akure Medical Outreach, which provided free healthcare services to people who may otherwise struggle to afford treatment. Medical personnel conducted consultations, checked blood pressure and eyesight, provided prescription drugs and reading glasses, while also sensitizing residents on preventive healthcare and healthy living. Organizers said the outreach is aimed at taking basic healthcare closer to undeserved communities and easing the financial burden of medical treatment for residents.
We are here with the medical team to offer on-site free medical intervention for the people of Ilaje local government. We are here to offer them free testing, free drugs, free eyeglasses. A full medical unit is here, to ensure that people here are supported, in so many ways for their wellness.
Beneficiaries and community leaders described the outreach as timely, particularly for elderly residents and those unable to afford regular medical care. They said the intervention provided relief and helped address common health concerns, including poor eyesight and hypertension.
I'm so happy with this program. So far, so good. What they have given us, you can see now, this is eyeglass given us, and this is eye drop.
We have done our medical checkup, we check our BP, and we thank God for this program today. Even if we want to go to the hospital for this, we know how much it will cost us. But today, they are giving us free of charge.
I appreciate Bola Ahmed Akure and BTO. I appreciate them, and I appreciate the doctor and every media who came far and near to come and give for this beneficiary. When I came, I was attended to, and a glasses was given unto me.
The organizers also encourage residents to embrace preventive health care and seek medical attention, while GMT said similar community-based interventions would continue across Ondo State. In Akure, Olajumoke Oladimeji, NTA News.
As the world marks the 2026 International Year of the Woman Farmer, women agribusiness entrepreneurs in Ondo State have been celebrated for their contributions to food production, economic growth, and community development. The celebration, organized by the federal government, NDDC, and the IFAD State Life ND project in Ondo State, highlighted the need to empower women, strengthen agribusiness, and build resilient communities. Adebayo Jegede now reports.
Launched in 2019, the Livelihood Improvement Family Enterprises Niger Delta Life ND project is being implemented in 6 states, including Ondo, through the partnership between the federal government, the International Fund for Agricultural Development (IFAD), and the participating state governments. In Ondo State, the intervention is transforming the lives of beneficiaries, with 32-year-old Mrs. Dorcas Idoko emerging as one of the women whose livelihood has been strengthened through the project.
I'm a poultry owner, and today I can boldly say I'm making good money. My family is happy, even the community that I am is at peace. I want to say a very big thank you to God Almighty and to Life ND and to the governor of Ondo State.
The State Commissioner for Agriculture and Forestry, Mr. Leye Akinola, reaffirmed government's commitment to empowering women, noting their contributions to families, communities, and the state economy.
Empowering women in agriculture brings about resilience. Every woman knows how to start small, then knows how to till the land. In doing that, they are increasing the livelihood of their families.
The event also featured entertainment, a panel session, presentation of awards to deserving agribusiness women, and exhibition of agricultural produce.
It's all about celebrating our women that are doing excellently well in the agriculture space. We are to equally ensure that the gap that was created, probably due to tradition or due to culture, as Africans, we try to close that gap.
It is really a women o'clock. I am so excited that women are being recognized.
We need to take our health as priority. So if the government is able to establish these agro demo plots, people will go there to learn.
In Ondo State, Life ND focuses on 4 priority commodities like cassava, cocoa, fisheries, and poultry, and operates across 10 local government areas, including Akure North, Ilaje, Owo, Idonre, and Eseodo. Stakeholders say the intervention is contributing to job creation, increased income, improved yields, and food security, while promoting import substitution and economic diversification in rural communities. The project is expected to sustain these gains by equipping women and other beneficiaries with the skills, resources, and opportunities needed to build viable agribusinesses and improve their livelihoods. In Akure, Adebayo Jagede, NTA News.
You're still watching Nta Akure News at 7. We shall be back in a moment. Please stay with us.
Excuse me, ma. This is your 100% in year.
Babes, are you sure you want to spend this much on hair?
Since your landlord just increased rent, I saved for this one separately on money points.
No, you say you save on money points?
Yes.
This madam money points here, the array of your dryer there is target savings money points I used to have it. The rest of this my sub is fees savings money points I used to do it. The salary of this my staff is save as you transact, son.
Jennifer, money point save as you transact. Money point fixed savings and money point target savings.
What's up? Why did I don't contribute to it? Why should they? Come on, oh, you go give your money to Adaku to save. You see money points accounts there. You don't go open a savings account. Now Adaku you shoot. I beg everybody inside this my saloon. Oh, yeah, bring out your phone and download the money points app now. Even you, what are you waiting for? Download the money points app now. Adaku, wow, open money points account.
Money point made for your progress.
Thank you for staying with us. You can also watch us live on social media via our handles on Facebook and YouTube at Nta Akure. Humanitarian workers across the world have been recognized today for their service to humanity, particularly their efforts to protect lives and support people affected by crisis as the world marks World Humanitarian Day 2026. The focus is on strengthening solidarity and empowering communities to respond to humanitarian challenges. Adebayo Jagede in our reports.
World Humanitarian Day recognizes the sacrifices of humanitarian workers and those who have lost their lives in the service of humanity. The 2026 observance themed Strengthening Global Solidarity and Empowering Local Communities emphasizes the need for stronger support for people affected by crisis. The global campaign Act for Humanity also calls for collective action guided by the principles of humanity, impartiality, neutrality, independence, voluntary service, unity, and universality.
It celebrates people that has impacted people's life, and it also helps people to gift each other what you do with one another.
We need to help ourselves.
World Humanitarian Day is a day that celebrates people, that puts other people's safety above theirs.
Residents in Akure say humanitarian service should be a shared responsibility, with individuals and organizations contributing to the well-being of vulnerable people. They identify peace building, helping those in need, and supporting affected communities as practical expressions of humanity.
It teaches us to be caring, to look out for people that they are in trouble or they are in difficult times.
As the world marks the day, government, organizations, and individuals are being encouraged to strengthen solidarity and translate compassion into practical support for people in need. In Akure, Adebayo Jagade, NTA News.
Subsidy removal, forex reforms yielded 15.8 trillion naira in 30 months as 36 states' budgets jumped 47%. For more details on business news, let's now join Omolewa Fabi.
The federal government said the removal of petrol subsidy and the unification of the foreign exchange market generated 15.8 trillion naira in additional resources for the federation between June 2023 and December 2025, with state and local government receiving the largest share of the amount. The government, however, acknowledged that the subsidy savings did not appear in the Federation account as a separate line item, explaining that the gains from the reforms manifested instead through increased revenue collections, arising from changes in the exchange rate and the removal of subsidy-related distortions. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Taiwo Oyedele, discussed this at a media conference on Nigeria's reform scorecard titled The Benefit, Cost and Harm Prevented. Also, Nigeria's 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory have increased their combined budgets by 47.5% from 27.22 trillion naira in 2025 to 40.14 trillion naira in 2026. Despite this significant increase in overall spending, the proportion allocated to capital projects has declined, raising concerns about the potential impact on infrastructure development and long-term economic growth. The chief suggests that more state resources are being channeled towards recurrent expenditure and other spending obligations in 2026, even as states seek to expand infrastructure and stimulate economic activity. That's all on business news in Akure. Omolewa Fabi, NTA News.
With Gift George as guide.
Nigeria's men's basketball team roster ahead of the FIBA Basketball World Cup qualifiers for Tunisia has been released. Some of the top players in the team are Ike Nwamu, Caleb Aguda, Stanley Okoye, Josh Okogie, Chimeze Metu, Udoka Azubuike, amongst others. The African World Cup qualifiers slated for August 27th to 30th, 2026. Nigeria is set to benefit immensely from FIBA Africa's development plan, targeting grassroots. The continental governing body has started to distribute thousands of basketballs to national federations and young players across Africa. The initiative is designed to support all 54 national federations and remove barriers to participation. Under the program, each national federation receives annually allocation of 300 basketballs comprising 100 size 5, 100 size 6, and 100 size 7 balls. The equipment is intended for grassroots basketball clubs, academies, and federation programs. So women's football, Match Day 2 of the Nigeria Women's Football League nationwide delivered 10 goals across 4 centers in the country. In Group A, Spunky Blazers and Kwara United Ladies settled for a goalless draw. In Group B, Bayelsa Princesses lost 0-3 at home to Lakeside Queens, while Group C produced the biggest number of goals as NAF Queens were trashed 6-1 by Obakala Babes with a brace from Uchenna Obinna and Chidima Augustine. Group B witnessed a barren draw between Obasa and Ausklian Queens. Elsewhere in volleyball, Nigeria made a mixed start to the 2026 CFVB Beach Volleyball Continental Cup in Egypt, with the women's team recording a straight-set victory over Benin, while the men's pair suffered defeat against Algeria. The opening day result saw Nigeria's women's duo of Esther and Pamela produce a dominant performance to defeat Benin's Soria and Bladin 2-0 in the Group D encounter. Nigeria took control early, winning the opening set 21-14 before maintaining their momentum to close out the match with a convincing 21-10 second set victory. The result provides an encouraging beginning for Nigerian women's team as they continue their quest for success at the Continental Championship and a place at the Los Angeles 2028 Olympic Games. The men, however, endured a tough opening day after Nigeria was beaten 2-0 by Algeria. On a sad note, the Nigerian Referees Association has commiserated with the families of a young Nigerian football referee, Awang Samuel Maram, who died after collapsing during the fitness test at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium in Abuja on Tuesday.
But if he came out to do the test yesterday, that meant he was feeling good.
Solomon was said to be among a group of promising young referees being groomed for future international appointments. With Sports Update, Gift George, NTA News.
Veteran Labour leader and pastor Pa Oyekon Arije has died at the age of 87. This was contained in a statement released by his family, Akene Royal Dynasty of Mainland, and signed by the family secretary, Prince Babatunde Arije. The statement says the patriarch, late Pastor Oyekon Arije, passed on in the early hours of Tuesday, 18th August 2026 at the age of 87. The family described late Arije as a revered Oloriebi of Majua ruling house who exhibited faith, wisdom, and royalty. As a pastor and elder, he lived a life of sacrifice and service to God and to his people, as well as providing guidance, unity, and fatherly counsel to the Majua ruling house and the entire Akene dynasty. While his death is a great loss to mainland, the statement adds that his legacy of integrity, spirituality, and commitment to the values of our tradition will be greatly missed. According to the statement, burial arrangements will be announced in due course, as it prayed God grants the Majua ruling house, the Akane royal dynasty, and the entire family the fortitude to bear this irreparable loss. And that's the size of our package in English for Nta Akure News at 7. Many thanks for joining us. Good evening.